Hi, welcome to a session on trigonometry. We're going to look at a few diagram questions and the use of Pythagoras. We're looking at a question taken from November 2023, and the question reads, given sine beta is equal to 1 over 3, where beta is an element running from 90 to 270. Without using a calculator, determine each of the following. So the first thing that we are going to do is to figure out in which quadrant this diagram will go into. So we would inspect sine beta is 1 over 3, which means that sine is positive, and going into our cast diagram, sine is positive in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2. We go further and it tells us beta is from 90 to 270. So from 90, that will eliminate quadrant 1. So we can therefore conclude that our diagram that we want to draw will be in quadrant 2. And here we have it. So we have our diagram sitting in quadrant 2, and the information that is given is that sine beta is 1 over 3. Now by definition, sine is y over r, which means our y value is 1 and the radius or hypotenuse is 3. So using Pythagoras, we're going to find out what x is. So to do that, we're going to say x squared is equal to r squared, which is 3 squared, minus y squared, which is 1 squared. And my reason here is Pythagoras. And working that out, 3 squared is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8. And therefore x would be plus minus the root of 8. Now, you notice that we are in quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, x would be negative. And therefore, we would choose x to be negative root 8. And I can go into my diagram and put down negative root 8. I just want to clear the board a little. So we have our x, y, and r value. And just to remind you that our x value is minus root 8. Our y value is a positive 1. And our radius here is 3. So with x, y, and r, we can determine any of the trig ratios. And you'll notice the first question is, what is cos beta? We know cos is x over r. We just found x to be minus root 8 over a radius of 3. We're now going to go into the second question, which wants us to find sine 2 beta. And for sine 2 beta, we're going to use the double angle formula, which changes that to be 2 sine beta cos beta. And then we're going to substitute the value of sine beta and cos beta from our diagram. So sine beta was given, or you could say it's y over r, which is 1/3. And you'll notice it's given on the top. And cos beta we found in the previous question, which is minus root 8 over 3. And we can work this out. We can put the 2 over 1 as the fraction. And on the top we would get minus 2 root 8. That is multiplying all the denominators. 2 times 1 times minus root 8. And multiplying the denominators, 1 times 3 would give me 9. So we have an answer of minus 2 root 8 all over 9. We're going to go to the next question. I just want to quickly erase this board. And that takes us to 5.13. The question is cos of 450 minus beta. Now, what we're going to use here is our compound angle formula, or we could use the rule where anything over 360 we subtract 360. So I think the first one that will come to most students' minds is the compound angle formula. It's cos cos, sin sin, and the angle we're working with 450. This will change to a plus, and you got sine, in this case 450, and sine beta, and that's taking or applying the compound angle formula. Now anything over 50 we're going to subtract 360, and we would get 450 minus 360 is 90. Cos beta we can get from the diagram, and we found it in the previous question in 511, which is minus root 8 over 3 plus, once again for the 450 we're going to subtract 360, and that gives us 90. And sine beta we actually found as well. We can put it in, and the value of sine beta, actually that was given on the top to be 1 over 3. Now you can actually use your calculator, or some of you might know that cos 90 is actually 0. So we know that cos 90 is 0, and anything times 0 would be 0. Sin 90 on the other hand is 1. So 1 times 1/3 is 1/3. And that gives us a final answer of 1/3. You could have, on the other hand, work this out in another way, which I just want to quickly talk about. Just want to change the color so you can see that. If we take the original question, the cos of 450 minus beta, and if we immediately subtract the 360 from the 450, that will give us 90. And cos of 90 minus beta, we're going to use co-ratios, will turn out to be sine beta, and we know sine beta was given to be 1 over 3. Thank you.